Hello everyone, meet again with me Fitriatul Karomah in my channel. Now I will talk and I will discuss about good issue and I will talk some points on this issue. This issue about the effectiveness of virtual learning as learning method during COVID-19 and this present or this today. Well, happy watching guys and please listen my voice. Well, proponents of virtual learning may argue that this method has several advantages. First, virtual learning allows students to study from their own homes, which can increase their and flexibility. Second, virtual learning can be accessed from anywhere with an internet connections. And then the third, virtual learning can be more interactive and engaging by using technologies such as videos, image, and the others. Well, they support experts on the power virtual learning. Several experts have issued their views on the effectiveness of virtual learning during the COVID-19 pandemic. Here are some of their arguments. For the first, from Dr. Anthony, a director of the US, he said that virtual learning can limit the spread of the virus and allow students to continue learning without risking their health. The second, Dr. Andres, director of the International Educations, he said that virtual learning can be good alternative for face-to-face during the pandemic. He also stressed the importance of the quality of teaching and support provided to students to ensure effective learning. Well, virtual learning as method after COVID-19 or in this present or this today. Proponents of virtual learning could argue that this method is still effective after the COVID-19 pandemic because it provides flexibility and easy to access and the others. In addition, virtual learning can reduce travel and accommodations costs for students who live far from school or university. Experts support the power of virtual learning after COVID-19 in the present or this today. Here are some terms for the first from Dr. Susana of Education at the Universities of Católica says that virtual learning virtual learning can allow students to study independently. And the second, Dr. Justin, professor of education at Harvard University, he said that the importance of understanding the advantages or disadvantages of virtual learning and using this method wisely. And based on my statement, I agree that there is virtual learning during the COVID-19 because during the time virtual learning became ineffective just to ensure the continuity of the teaching and learning process in the midst of pandemic through Google Meet, Zoom, and the others. Whereas in this today COVID-19 free era, I think it's better for traditional face-to-face classes because it can be an effective alternative to provide better social interactions and direct experience in the learning process. Here are some opinions from leading experts on the advantages of virtual learning. For the first, interactivity. According to Dr. Tony, he said this can allow students to learn through engaging visual and audio experience, as well as interact with teachers and classmates through discussion forum. The second, cost saving. According to Dr. Bates, learning can save costs in several ways, such as transportations and the others. The third, increase student engagement. According to Professor Richard, that virtual learning can allow students to learn independently. The fourth is digital skills. According to Dr. Pitts, virtual learning can help improve students' digital skills, which is increasingly important in today's digital age. Based on my thoughts on the power of virtual learning, or my statement, I feel after reaching virtual learning so far that the strength or advantages of virtual learning are learning like this flexibility makes it easier for students, and then in my opinion easily accessibility anytime, anywhere, and the others. And learning like this spans a lot of this my family or our family in your home. Here, how virtual learning compares to traditional learning according to some well-known experts. For the first, social interactions. According to Mitchell, an author of a book on educational innovations, virtual learning can reduce between students and teachers as well as between students. However, he also stated that technology can. The second, flexibility. According to a lesson, a professor San Diego State University, he also acknowledged that some students might be more successful in traditional learning that is structured and has a clear schedule. The third, accessibility. According to Thierry, professor at Athabasca University, virtual learning can open access to education for students from diverse backgrounds and can help reduce gaps in education access. The fourth, learning support. According to Cindy, a professor at Indiana University, traditional learning can provide more learning support through direct social interaction between students and teachers as well as between students. Here are some experts' views on changes that can be made to improve the effectiveness of virtual learning. For the first, Barbara Mills, a professor at the university, recounts that is it necessary to develop more interactive and fun learning, such as learning games or interactive simulations to increase students' motivation and engagement. The second, Dr. Richard, from the University of Southern California, says it's important to pay attention to factors that can affect the effectiveness of virtual learning, such as mindfulness and the difference in students' learning preference. The third, Dr. Tony Bates, recommends considering the use of different learning strategies in virtual learning, such as online collaboration and project-based learning or PBR. The fourth, Dr. Laura, recommends providing paper training and support for teachers to understand and use virtual learning technologies effectively, as well as providing timely and relevant guidance and feedback to improve student learning. Based on my experience during virtual learning, in my opinion, changes to increase the effectiveness of virtual learning must have focus of attention so that learners feel responsibility for learning, and a teacher must have a plan for improving learning theory or content. Okay, I think this is enough about my statement in this issue. See you next time, everyone.